Okay, I'm not sure what the sound's going to be like, so I should keep it up close to my face and mouth. Right, this is the first bit of GoPro footage. I've just come out of a place called, I think it's Moorhay, and I'm on my way to Carhigh, Blue, something or other. I hope the pronunciations are terrible, sorry. It's been a rough old couple of days actually. This is the first time I've had a chance to use the GoPro to do some filming. I've got a few bits on my phone that I might be able to use. But I had a nightmare journey down to Plymouth, and then I took the ferry across. The ferry was great actually, the cabins were great, and it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then this morning we arrived in Roscoff at 7 o'clock, 7 AM, because I think France is an hour earlier than us. Took a little while to get through passport control. In the UK, interestingly enough, at Plymouth, all the cyclists go to the front automatically. And I think it's because there's only one of them, so the processing is so much easier, whereas a car could have 5 or 6 people in it. But in France, you just have to queue up with all the cars. Anyway. So the journey down to Plymouth was from just the other side of Newton Abbot. It was only about 26 miles. But it was thunderstorms, rain. This was on Sunday. I mean, I begrudged paying a taxi 140 quid to take me. But now I'm wondering if that might have been money well spent. I was absolutely shattered when I got onto the ferry. Nearly missed it. Made it by 20 minutes. Bought a new phone 2 weeks before this trip, and I was using the phone for navigation because I couldn't get my bloody Wahoo Element bolt to show the route. I don't know, something was wrong with it. Probably my fault, probably wasn't configured properly. And the phone got soaking wet, so I had to keep getting it out to check which way I was going for this, navigation. And about halfway through, he just said, "No, I'm not having this," and just shut down. And that was it. So I lost the phone from that moment on. Now I did have a backup phone, but I've got about three panniers here, and I couldn't remember for the life of me where I put the bloody phone. But I did manage to find it, but I had to take all the luggage out, unpack about 2 of the panniers just to find it, which I did. But I was wet, soaked through, cold, because I wasn't moving now. I was sheltering under a tree. And I was so cold, I was shaking, shivering, and my fingers wouldn't move, they wouldn't work. So I was trying to get the SIM card out of the new phone to put into my old phone and fire that up so I could get data, so I could get a location, etc, and start again. But it took me about 20 minutes just to get the SIM card in. I couldn't work out which, and I couldn't find my bloody glasses. I'd put them in one of my side panniers and I couldn't find it. But it was, when I checked on, when I got in the cabin, it was in there. But under pressure, things change, don't they? Anyway, I eventually managed to get it in and get it working, so the old phone, and then the old phone took me the rest of the way. But Plymouth is, well, I'm not going to say too much about it, but there were some places I went through that I wasn't particularly happy with, and I had my eyes all around me, just checking what was going on. Strange. Anyway, got to the port, got on the ferry. There must have been, I reckon, 40 cyclists. It gives you some idea of the volume. I reckon there was at least 40 bikes. So there was people bloody everywhere. Unpacking, panniers, bit like when you go to the airport, you always get that one group of people who decide at the last minute to empty out their suitcases, don't they, to try and probably reduce weight. But I didn't get it, because they were all doing it down in where the storage area where the bikes are. I thought, why not just take the panniers up and do it in your cabin? Anyway, I managed to get it in, because the recumbent was a bit of a strange thing for Brittany Ferries. They weren't too happy at the start, but eventually they caved into me, and I think they were using me as a bit of a guinea pig to see how easy it was. But anyway, all done. Got to, probably got on the ferry about 9 o'clock, no, just after, yeah, about 9:30. And then by the time I was soaked through, all my clothes were wet. So by the time I'd sorted all the clothes out and put them all around the cabin so I could get them dry, and sorted out the panniers, rearranged things, it was about 11:30. So I thought, I've got to go to sleep now, because I knew we were coming into Roscoff at 7 AM. So that's what happened. So eventually I got to sleep, I think about 1 o'clock. I'd set my alarm for 5:30. So I've probably got about 4 hours sleep, maybe less. But it was a lovely cabin. No complaints about that at all. Very clean, brilliantly laid out, perfect. And at least it did give me a bit of a respite, because that journey down really took it out of me. Because it doesn't help being 71, or 70, does it? But anyway, we live and learn. I think next time, that road out of anywhere from sort of Dawlish west is an absolute nightmare for cyclists. It's not too bad once you get right over to a place called Buckfast Lee on that Dartmoor Way route, but even then, especially going into Plymouth, jeez. Right, that's the end of that saga. So, got up this morning early. My room was, I think I'm going to post a shot I took of the room. It was absolutely chaos. I couldn't sort it out last night, I just couldn't be bothered. So I had to do it all this morning, but it only took me about half hour. Got off the ferry, with my old phone working, got the navigation going, and managed to get out of Roscoff without too much to do. But I knew that first day in France was going to be tricky, because I knew I got about 2,400 feet of climbing and about 31 miles to the campsite that is probably one of the nearest ones I'm trying to get to. And up to probably, it's like everything else. If you have to keep looking at your phone to get directions, so I can sort of hold it in my hand, and everything's going fine. But it was slow progress. I've only averaged about 5 miles an hour since this morning. So it is slow going, a lot of hills. I have to get off and push, because it's pointless on some of the hills, because I can push it up faster than I can ride it. I've got some cyclists coming up behind me. Should be interesting. French or English or German. Bonjour. Hello.
How are you, right?
I'm fine. You English?
Yeah. Were you on the ferry today?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm YouTubing at the moment, but don't worry. Oh, sorry. I'll leave it going. Yes, it was okay actually. My cabin, I think, was brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
But coming out, I didn't realise these hills out of Roscoff and all to this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I've climbed 1,500 feet already.
There's a few lumps in there, aren't there?
Yeah.
This one's a gradual climb up.
This is about 10 miles, isn't it?
Where are you going?
I'm trying to find a campsite, and I just this side of Carhay, is it? Carhay?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where. It begins with an H. It's about 31 miles. Well, not from here, but about another 10 miles from here.
Yeah.
But this goes on for miles, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I checked out the map for this one, and it does climb up quite a way.
Yeah, I'm going to probably have to get off and push it, I think.
And then it's a bit easier.
Yeah, I'll go here.
Once you're up on the top.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it again, I don't think.
No. Bonjour. Yeah, I think after this, because I'm on my way to Santander. I'm going right south through France to Spain. And I've got there's about 600 miles of reasonably flat, you know.
Pretty flat,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
And I think after this Morlaix Carhaix section, it goes on to canal paths and stuff, doesn't it?
Oh right, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
But this is like, I'm guessing this was an old railway.
Yeah, I think perhaps it was.
So they just have that gradual.
But even now, this looks downhill, but it's sort of feeling like it's still uphill actually.
It's definitely uphill.
Yeah, it's still uphill.
Like you said, I think it's a good 10 miles of uphill.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, isn't it?
So where are you trying to get to now?
We've not made any plans, so apart from getting to Nantes within a week,
Oh right.
we're just taking it as it comes.
All right. Well, have a good journey, safe journey.
Bit of wild camping and things like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
He wants to stay in the woods tonight,
Great stuff.
so
Yeah.
I think might do one wild camping and then one campsite,
Yeah.
because I sleep better in a campsite.
Yeah. Well, you've got the loos and the showers and things, haven't you?
Might get into it, so.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I might see you again.
How long have you got to get to Santander?
The ferry comes out of Santander on the 23rd.
Oh, so you're cycling all the way around to Santander?
Yeah, I'm going all the way through to Santander.
On the 23rd?
Yeah. But I've got a flexi ticket, so I can bring it forward or push it out if I need to.
That's a good way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah. And the fact is, at this rate, I'm going to probably have to push it out, because I've only done 22 miles today, and I've got to try and average 40 miles a day to make it on time.
You're aiming for 40?
Yeah.
You've still got a bit of time on your side, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm knackered, to be honest.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, yesterday took it out of me just getting to Plymouth, and
Where are you coming from?
I live in Dawlish.
You cycled from Dawlish?
No, I got to the other side of Newton Abbot, which is just the other 10 miles out of Dawlish.
Right.
And then I went from there, and oh dear. I bought a new phone 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I got caught in the thunderstorms. I was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I've got a Wahoo Element bolt here
Yeah.
that just gave up the ghost and wouldn't recognise any routes I put in.
Oh, right.
So I had to rely on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting it out in these thunderstorms, it just got so wet, he just said, sod this, and just shut down.
Yeah.
So then I was without navigation.
Have you done anything like this before?
Not on this major scale,
Ah, cool.
no. So I'm 71 this year, and I thought, well, I really wanted to try this 3 years ago, but because COVID came along, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, look, if I'm not going to do it, if I can't do it now, I'm never going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. Really good attitude.
Yeah.
You're camping, tents and stuff.
yeah, I've got loads of tents here, but I'm a bit of a cheapskate, and I'm realising now what I should have done. We spent 10 times more on the tent,
Yeah.
which would have got the weight of it down from 3.7 kilos down to probably 1. But you live and learn, don't you?
I've done been through the same journey.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's minimal. I can barely lift the back of this bike up, so
Oh, right.
even with a tent that doesn't wear a lot, it's still, I think you end up packing more other stuff.
Yeah. And the technology now, you know, by the time you put it all in with the chargers and the cables,
Yeah.
you're looking at kilos again, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
I've got a drone on the back here as well, so
cool.
I've not managed to.
Track yourself then with it,
Yeah.
or you're going to control it.
Well, I can control it as well, so
Oh, yeah.
either way it'll be. Hopefully, I'm gonna. Not today. I'm gonna give it a few days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Then once I get through these hills, I can relax a bit more.
Yeah, I think this is your hard bit today. But I mean, the thing is, I looked at the, I forget the word for the altitude and stuff for the first bit there,
Yeah.
and it was proper lumpy. There was like 4 big lumps,
Yeah.
which doesn't exist if you go, as I say, down really from Carhaix,
Yeah.
and then once you're down into Nantes, it's pretty much flat on the coast.
Yeah.
No climbing at all.
All right, nice to chat. I'll let you catch up with it. Is that your son? Yeah.
He's gone on the
Yeah. Don't lose him. Okay, have a good journey. Yeah. I like your biscuits on the back.
afternoon snack.
Great idea. Ah, nice man. Talkative. So that was leading me on to, well, you heard most of the conversation. This track I'm on here, we were just saying, it goes on for 10 miles. And I've already been on it 4. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be very tight. Oh, no. This is going to be really interesting. I might have to see. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they won't even let you through. Here's where I go over the edge. Ooh, caught my pannier, didn't like that. Right. Major crossroads here. Sorry, I'm changing gear with one hand. Right, I think it's over here. Pretty certain it is. Probably in the wrong direction.
Au bord du lac, tu connais le problème.
Right, I think it's down here. I'm going to have to stop this filming and check the map, I think. Bonjour. Oh, interesting. How am I going to get through there? Yeah. Right, so I had to stop and just check the phone, make sure I'm still going in the right direction. It's pretty straightforward. It would help a lot if I could understand French, because this has got an actual name, this route, and the signs are there. By the time I get used to them, I think, and understand them, I'll probably be on to another one. But anyway, so overall, today I've done 23 miles. At the moment, I've done 1,600 feet of climbing. I've probably got another 10 miles to do. I think I've told the guy earlier, and maybe another 1,000 now, maybe another 800 feet. But this is, you know, wow, think about it. This goes on for probably 15 miles in all from where to start. I'm thinking about wild camping actually. It's free, isn't it? The guy was probably right. This is probably an old railway line because it's in banks both sides. We shall see. The cyclists are out. So hopefully, if I can get a good night's sleep, tomorrow it will be more relaxing for now. My plan is to try and do 40 miles a day on average, and I'm at 23 now, so I should do at least 30 today. But after this is my first day, so I'm okay. The only food I've got, I've not actually managed to find any water yet. I stopped at Moorhay, and I keep riding on the left. Oh, great stuff. Great music blasting away. And trying to get some food and water and there's a few unsavoury types there lurking. So I've parked the trike up outside and I've sort of walked round into the bay because it was a boulangerie or something. I don't know, something like that. And then they're just looking at the trike and I'm thinking, no, I can't do this, because there was a queue of about 5 people in the shop. So I thought, no, I can't, it's too risky. I've got, you know, I can't carry all my belongings of value into every shop I go in. So I just thought, oh no, I can't do this. So I got back on the trike and rode off. But that was probably my last chance of finding water and food. But I've got plenty of sort of breakfast cereals. I've got bananas, I've got apples here. So that will keep me going for tomorrow. Till tomorrow. I'm cruising along here. I've got to pick my rate up. I'm only going along at 6 miles an hour. So I can drink the tap water, so if I can get to the campsite I'm okay. I can get water. Hopefully they won't be full up, because I think the next one after that, the one I could find, is about another 10, 15, about another 10 miles, maybe more, 12 miles. And I really not looking forward to doing that, so we shall see. Right, over and out. That's my first video on my first day. I was meant to film the journey to Plymouth and all around the ferry port and everything, but after that horrendous start I just wasn't in the mood. I was concentrating on just getting to the ferry on time. I didn't